Hi, are you a golfer who's experiencing lower back pain while you're golfing that's creating inconsistencies in your game, you're losing yardage, or you're just missing out on fun golf trips or outings with your friends? In this video, we're going to show you 3 tips to fix that. So there's 3 reasons why you'll experience lower back pain most frequently in the golf swing. And so mostly when we look at your swing, if you were to record it front on, people who experience low back pain frequently in their swing, as they come to address in that backswing, instead of being shoulder pointed down at the ground, they're actually a little bit extended like that. What that's going to do is put a lot of pressure on this side of your low back, but then as you swing through, now we're putting a bunch of pressure on the other side of your lower back. Now there's 3 main reasons this can happen. One is your inability to separate your upper body from your lower body in the swing. So we should be able to control our upper body and move your hips, or control your lower body and move your arms. In that backswing, we need the hips to move first and you need to come through. The next biggest reason is core and lumbar spine stability. Now, if you're just weak in your core and you can't stabilize as you're going through motions and keep this in a locked in position, then obviously as you go through, it's moving around too much, it's going to be irritated. And then the last reason, probably one of the more common reasons of the 3, is hip rotation. So your ability to actually create internal and external rotation, or this kind of motion with your hip, is vitally important for that swing, because if you can't rotate one hip one way, one hip the other way, and then back through the other way, well then you're going to start shifting your weight, or you're going to start moving your torso to try and compensate for that. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises to address all of those. So the first thing we're going to do is stretch out your hips. So we're going to get into a 90 to 90 position. Alex is going to demonstrate here. So what that means is your front hip should be kind of in this orientation, knee bent to 90 degrees, hip in front of you. And then the back leg should also be same 90 degree position of your knee. Now we're going to choose whether we want to do front or back. So if we choose the front leg, we're going to have you stay tall but lean your torso over that hip. That's going to help stretch out all of the back of your left hip, all those external rotators. So find a position, maybe you move a little bit left to right and kind of see where you feel the hang up is. And then hold that for 30-45 seconds. Then we can also, from the same position, go ahead and stretch the other hip into rotation. And so in doing this, we're kind of leaning back and leaning towards that side. And you'll find some positions where you feel kind of in the front of that back hip being stretched. Again, if you find a good spot, hang out there for 30-45 seconds, a minute. And then after you're doing that, then flip the legs, alternate, so that way you can compare left to right. What does it feel like on this side versus the other side? The last exercise we're going to do is one to disassociate your upper body from your lower body. This is important in the golf swing as we need our hips to move differently than our arms. So what we're going to do is use a step. The step doesn't need to be super high. What you're going to do is step up and then rotate back, almost like you're doing the Heisman Trophy from college football. So step up with your outside leg, come up, rotate, and repeat that 10 or 15 times on this side, and then step over, do 10 or 15 on the other side. The next exercise we're going to do is to help disassociate your upper body from your lower body. What you're going to use is your driver or a stick, a dowel like that. You're going to pick a leg and then put your foot behind your knee, gather your balance, and then you're trying to just keep your hips moving while your torso stays in one position. This isn't about speed. This isn't about how far you get as much as more about quality. And then stand and face the camera and do that real quick. So nice and easy. Top stays still, bottom moves. So then the next progression of this is we're going to take away the dowel and you're going to get into your 5-iron posture. So just like you're taking your iron, go ahead and do that. Well, you don't need a stick for this.
Oh.
Okay, and then go ahead and cross your arms. Perfect. Choose one leg and gather your balance. Put your leg behind your foot behind your knee. And then again, repeat that where you rotate just your hips. And then if you find a discrepancy left to right, we know we have something to work on. If you can't balance, we know you have something to work on. All those things play into why you could be getting some back pain while you're swinging. Now, if you try all of these and nothing seems to be working, or you're still having that low back pain, come on in. There's a lot more we can do in office, whether that's screening to find out where the problem is, or some treatment to actually get things moving a little bit better.